there, I'm Glory Okun. Please do not just live your life thinking about the struggles of life, but also think about those things that will make you smile. And we are here to educate you, inform, entertain, and inspire you. So much is happening in the tourism industry in our nation. We believe that it's one of the areas that will keep you excited. We are introducing to you Splendor. Splendor is a 30-minute heartwarming show that will update you with useful information about trends and innovations within the travel industry and other activities of the government and private individuals. In this first edition of our show, we are beginning with Oshogbo Festival, the cultural entertainment that brought fun lovers from different countries to the state of Osun. Enjoy it.
The palace of Oshogbo land was the kickoff point for the grand finale of the 2014 Oshogbo International Festival. It's a period dedicated to traditional cleansing of the city and cultural reunion for the people of Oshogbo. The festival has become a social event of great importance for the people of Oshogbo both at home and in the diaspora. Before sunrise, fun lovers, government officials, tourism practitioners, visitors from far and near all gathered for the social-cultural celebration.
Big results and documentation. Ministry of Home Affairs, Tourism and Culture, State of Osun. You are welcome.
The thrilling moment everyone was waiting for came as the maiden, popularly called, was brought out for the 4-kilometer festival procession to the Osun Grove. This was the scenario. The young maiden was saddled with the responsibility of carrying the colorful ritual calabash containing the sacred brass figures and other symbols of Osun in procession from the king's palace to the Osun Grove in Isale area of the state, where sacrifices were offered to the Osun. Representing a virgin started carrying the calabash since 2 years ago, and she will do this until when she's ready to get married. But the task here for the security operatives was not an easy one for them to control the crowd to enable the maiden devotees and the traditional chiefs move freely during the street procession. The devotee maid did not just move straight to the sacred grove. She had to stop to appease the gods at each of the shrines located along the festival procession routes. The festival to others was a good opportunity to make bricks businesses while also having fun. At the grove there was a shower of rain, but not even the rain could prevent the people from getting to the Osun River and also catching their fun. Many decided to accompany the maiden in the procession, which was the center of attraction. Others were already at the grove waiting for the virgin to arrive. The grove is a traditional sanctuary where different shrines, sculptures and structures have been erected to honor, celebrate and remember Osun and other Yoruba deities. The Osun River was where the festival procession terminated and also the final place for the young maiden to perform her last traditional assignments for the 2014 festival. A lot of sacrifices were made to the deity in the water for what they will want the deity to do for them, and they also made covenants and vows to redeem when their prayers are answered. Some dignitaries out of the group have this to say.
NTDC is using this to demonstrate the importance of domestic tourism and the reason why Nigerians are the best people to market Nigeria. If we market and enjoy the culture that we have, foreigners will be excited and want to emulate us, and that is the essence of us leading the path of this journey today.
Oshogbo stands for peace. We want the peace that happens in Oshogbo to radiate throughout the whole world, not just Nigeria. Beyond this country. Osun is a deity. Like you call a messiah, you can term Osun to be any spiritual messenger of God, Eledumare. Eledumare has a lot of messengers, 501 of them. Osun is one of the 501. According to Ifa priests, according to Ifa liturgy. Osun is just one of them. When they were coming from the beginning of the universe, Osun was number 17 on the roll.
The successful hosting of the international festival did not come easy.
You can see that today the people of Oshogbo, they came out in their hundreds to do their festival, which they have been doing since 1370 AD without any default, consistently, and that is why we are here this year. And we thank the state government of Osun for what they have done. They have given us support and they have given us enough security. They have also even given us medical, surgical hand gloves to use. They screened everybody that came in here. We are very, very grateful to them.
Mandela Freedom Park was another venue for the festival's shows. This was where one of the beauty pageant shows took place, as well as exhibition of Osun arts and crafts. Comedy show and cultural entertainment also took center stage there.
People see, I go stay for my house. I don't notice how many of you when you are small, your parents they tell you say it's not good to eat meat. He say if you eat meat, you are rude. If you eat meat, you can fall sick. And our parents they take 3 meats they shop. How this thing they happen? So we for my house, I can't help myself for night. I go steal meat. So my mama can't notice say meat where we say supposed to last us from Monday to Friday. Like Wednesday the meat not finish. You can't bring one law for our house. Say if you thief meat, they catch you. For the rest of the year, you no go chop meat again.
Oshogbo Festival is really a festival of renewal. That's how we've christened it. We've tagged it. Oshogbo was founded about 1376, and at the time Oshogbo was founded, if you are familiar with the history of the continent, especially West Africa, it was troubled times. The slave trade, a lot of people are being raided, and these days people were moving, a lot of movement across the West African area. People were in search of refuge and they found refuge. Of course, if you find refuge, you must also find a secure source of water, so that you can not only have peace but have sustainability. Oshogbo presented that, and the people of Oshogbo celebrate that year after year, because it's a very significant event in the life of the people.
Children Fun Fair was an exciting moment for the young children during the festival, introduced by NTDC for them to have a feel and to know the importance of tourism in nation building. Some of the entertainers commended NTDC for creating equal opportunity for children participation.
I implored Osun to be nice with the children, and then I went into interacting with the children. So it's just a concept of interaction at the cultural debut, just like this.
That we're focusing on the youth. If you know, the future of Nigeria is with the youth.
Yeah.
If you invest in them today, we'll have better leaders tomorrow. And if we create awareness in tourism for them, they will begin to ask questions at the right time, and they'll begin to appreciate what Nigeria has to offer.
And then a beauty pageant also took place during the festival, and the winners later paid a visit to the Innes Palace. And the festival queen had this to say.
I intend to promote our culture among our youths. I want them to know how important our culture is. I want them to know how rich our culture is.
Sponsors of the event promised to increase their participation in the years ahead.
Well, we are the authentic African bitters. We're a traditional herbal product. So this is a traditional event focusing on tradition, culture and heritage. So it will really be remiss for us. And as a company, we're focused on being the leaders in the segment on traditional events. So this was just a natural outcome for us to participate. And for me, this is my first time. I'm very impressed with what I've seen, and we certainly will do we'll increase our participation next year and use this to springboard to look at other traditional events.
MTN has always been a supporter and a sponsor of Oshogbo. We've been doing this for the past 8 years and counting, and we intend to continue to support. The reason being that MTN is a lover of culture, MTN is a lover of our heritage, and it's also our own way of giving back to the community. The Oshogbo community is a very conducive community for our business, and it's a way of saying thank you to the community and giving back to the community. Also, you would have known that Oshogbo Festival is a very consistent festival. It's UNESCO recognized. It's a world acclaimed festival. So it's a giant in itself. And MTN, as you know, is the network with the biggest coverage, the widest coverage. So it's a partnership of two giants, I would say. So we'll continue to do this.
And also advised the federal government to lay more emphasis on tourism to generate more revenue for the country. State government promised to bring at least 1 million euro in the diaspora to attend the festival every year.
On our exclusive this week, one of the members of the House of Representatives from Bayelsa State, Honorable Diri Doyer, spoke on the state of the tourism in Bayelsa.
Well, I think it's all about service and humility. And God, I think that was what earned me victory. For my constituents, I want to see a generation that will be creative, a generation that will be ingenious, to the point that I would like millionaires and billionaires created from it, professionals and skilled labor, coming out of that constituency. Well, Bayelsa is a tourist heaven, and until tomorrow you can't remove that from Bayelsa, because it's a naturally endowed state with a lot of tourist areas and fields. It is just left for the government and the people to develop it. Every time we always talk about government and we leave out the people. Even private people can't develop tourism in Bayelsa. This things are not common only in Bayelsa. Just that it escalated in this recent governorship polls. These are things that are common all over Nigeria. I think the federal government should also take proactive steps to stop this type of violence and this type of I win or people must die attitude. So for us in Bayelsa, it is the beginning of a new dawn. It is the beginning of another reorientation and value change, so that people, like I said during my previous interviews, I had always told people that what was going on in Bayelsa was a struggle between darkness and light. And wherever there is light, darkness will disappear. And so for now, I believe that darkness has disappeared and the light is taking over and will continue to take over Bayelsa. And so tourism will not be left out. Tourism will be encouraged by the government in power, and the people should key into it. Foreigners should not be afraid of Bayelsa, because it has been a destination, a point for foreigners to come in. Except that you have these few cases of kidnapping now, but I think that the government will also address that, because where there is insecurity, likely nobody will come. So I believe very positively that the government will address that, and Bayelsa will be a destination point for tourists. I don't know what they mean by state of emergency. I don't understand what. You can't. It's not possible. It's not possible. States cannot all develop in one way. That is what I call comparative advantage. There are some states that are naturally having that advantage over others. And so you cannot decree. We are not in a military government. You can't decree that all the states must do tourism. No, 1,000 times no. Where you have states with a comparative advantage, they should be encouraged to go on with tourism. Where you have a state with some agricultural advantage, they should be encouraged. So the issue of stakeholders or whoever calling for state of emergency, it doesn't arise. It doesn't arise at all. We have some natural states with those benefits. If you go to the south, you have those states. If you go to the north, you have those states with yields and all that. Well, I don't know how I relax for now. For now, it has been walk. It's either I'm in Abuja doing the work that my constituents had asked me to do, or I'm back home in Bayelsa doing the politics that I know best, particularly for the just concluded governorship elections. So for now, I don't know how I'm even unwinding.
In this segment, we are bringing to you the one-day travel events that brought players and operators from both within and outside Nigeria to Abuja.
Players and operators in the travel and tourism industry from within and outside Nigeria came together at the Ladikwali Hall of the Abuja Sheraton Hotel for the centenary edition of Abuja Bantaba. The one-day travel event began with the exhibitions of products and services as well as networking by various operators within Africa. Few hours after the commencement of the exhibitions, Senator Lili Moke, accompanied by members of his entourage, arrived. He began the exhibition and awards night with an inspection of products and services that were displayed by various operators. That's over. The winner of 2013 Carnival Calabar Band, Master Plaster, was introduced on stage. that was just a peek of what the evening holds for everyone. Then came the reason for the evening. The first 100 Nigerians in the travel and tourism industry were called on stage to receive the awards for their various pioneering roles and contributions in the travel business.
Audu Bako, former Legal Administrator, Kano State, real contribution of 2014. Congratulations.
The chief host of the annual events described the occasion as the celebration of the centenary anniversary of Nigeria.
This year is very, very successful. We're very grateful. It's networking, the ability to get people in the travel and tourism industry to meet together. This is the first time you saw an airline, you saw a hotel, you saw a tour operator, you saw a travel agent, you saw destinations. It doesn't happen. So this is the first time you've ever seen that happen in Abuja. And we are grateful that we are the first people to pull it off successfully.
Some current and past tourism legends were not left out of the awards for their contributions towards the development and promotion of tourism in Nigeria. Among them was the governor of Cross River State. Shortly after he had received his award, Senator Lele Moke commended the effort of the organizers for putting together such a grand event. He told the gathering that tourism is the mainstay and the driver of the state's economy. He said he was not at the event only for the award, but to also create the needed awareness and sensitize the people on the potential tourism has to grow the economy.
Working in partnership with Ikechi and his team and the players in the industry provides us an opportunity to showcase tourism as it should be, to showcase hospitality, and to showcase the beauty of our country. Even in times when we face challenges, the fact is we have a beautiful country and it has beautiful people in it.
The Ministry of Lands and Urban Development described tourism as the live wire of every economy, especially in the areas of transportation, travel, and hospitality.
Honor and pleasure to present this award to the Honorable Minister for Lands, Housing and Urban Development as a tourism travel pioneer for Nigeria.
I want also to congratulate my own president, your president, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, for the support and encouragement he's given to this sector. Here, the present administration in a very big way has supported the sector, the tourism sector, by the improvements that all eyes have seen in the airport development, the railway transport sector. It's very, very encouraging. So
the organizers commended state governments who have continued to build a sustainable platform for tourism to thrive, as well as the private sector for the major contributions and investment needed to promote tourism in the country. Abuja Bantaba, which was launched in 2011, not only serves as a hub for Africa's tourism platform, but is a springboard for the Nigerian market to thrive, as well as boost and showcase Africa's rich tourism potential for sustained economic development.
Of today's Splendor Show. Do not forget to join us again next week. Stay focused until we come your way again next week. I'm Glory Okun. Bye for now.